Hi, I'm Chef Paul Wildermuth. Welcome to Opera. Well, I grew up in Hawaii, on Oahu, on the windward side, being a product of a single parent home. I was home alone a lot, so what I ended up doing was cooking. And slowly but surely I started enjoying the cooking. After school I went and bought ground beef and tried to make goulash the way I had it at school in the cafeteria. Next was custard sauce for ice cream. I figured out how to do it, but how to do it a lot of different ways. Knowing I wanted to cook probably came about 19. And I was already working in one of the better restaurants in Hawaii at the time. I was able to learn about how the front of the house worked, but I really, really enjoyed how the back of the house worked, how they worked as a team. They had something that was raw, uncooked, and then I came back into the kitchen, and lo and behold, there was something cooked and beautiful. And I wanted to learn how to do that. One day, my chef that I worked for back in Hawaii said that I'm a natural. And that struck a chord. There's a lot of restaurants that are doing regional American cuisine. There's a lot of restaurants that are doing bistro, classical bistro. There's a lot of restaurants that do Pan-Asian. No one is doing what we're doing here. No one is taking classical regional dishes and turning them sort of on their side to see it from a different perspective. I love it when people come up to the line, they look over and say, hey, what's that? And I can say, well, that's this, or that's Kung Pao, or that's Hong Kong whatever. And they like the idea of intermixing with the kitchen, especially mixing it up with the chef. I'm gonna make Kung Pao beef for you today. This is done in our own style. So what we use, rather than using flank steak, we use New York strip. So we'll start with a 14-ounce piece of New York. We want it a little bit thick. It'll retain some of its moisture because we're going to cook it pretty hard. And I'm going to toss it in a little bit of potato starch. You can also use cornstarch if you want to. All we're trying to do is create a little bit of a crust on the outside of the meat. I have some hot oil here. I'm going to check it first. All right, it's ready to go. I'm going to add it in. And it's going to cook really, really fast. It takes about 10 seconds. Gets nice and crisp on the outside. And if you can believe that, it is done. In the other wok, I'm going to crank that up. We're going to add all of our goodies. I'm going to add a touch of oil. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some chilies to it. Get these to release some of their natural oil, a little dark. Add the beef. Take my chili garlic black bean sauce, and you'll see how fast this is. Cilantro, scallions, and peanuts. Give it a couple of quick tosses. Finish it with oil, make it nice and shiny. And that's a done dish. And we're gonna garnish with one of my favorites, choy sum. Right now I'm going to blanch these. So I'm going to boil these real quick in a little bit of water, cut them in half. That's Kung Pao. You should try it, it's really good. People who come here to dine, I think, expect a little bit more. Anyone can eat Chinese food down in Old Chinatown or up on Argyle Street. Here, the environment is conducive to having a good time, to experiencing something that is unique. The atmosphere, the bright colors, the flashy servers. Outside of all those things, great service, great product, great food, getting a lot of bang for their buck.